So what if this is not just a theory? What's the implications of this? What are the implications to you, to your life, if you are sacred? How would you live differently? What if they are sacred also? Oh, you don't have my mother. Easy for me to say, huh? You know, I found that we all had the same mother. And guess where the mother lives? So whatever our belief systems are, whatever our concepts are, and our beliefs about that, or her, or him, or it, lives here, and then is projected out there. This is good news. There's one place to work, a one-stop shop. And until this lens is cleared here, the lens of the mind, then the projection stays the same. So until this is cleared, till we lift the BS, the belief systems, then we keep getting what we've always got. And then make them wrong for it, or blame them for it, or use them as an excuse for why we keep doing what we do. So call to mind, let's get real with this morning. So some of you will feel mentored by me. The others will feel tormented by me. I'm open to that. Because it's like, as long as I can torment you, there's something left for you. So call to mind the person that generally, routinely irritates you the most. Like, the walls won't cave in, I'm pretty sure. Call to mind who annoys you. Now, what happens in you, those of you that are listening in the live stream, this applies. Like they're probably in the house with you, actually. And here, right? But you can act like it's not the person by you just for fun. What happens in you? What happens to your spirit when that irritation takes over? When the annoyance takes over? When the frustration takes over? Or sadness? Or apathy? What happens to your spirit? Constricts. What else? Yes. Tight. Smaller. Shut down. Get a sense of it in your body. The body is a feedback mechanism. It tells you you're in stress. This tightness, this constriction, this agitation, guts twisting, tight throat, tight head. Oh, the load. So the body is telling you, wake up. Wake up. Stress is a friend. Anxiety is a friend. It says you're off track. You're off track. Like an internal GPS system. Like a God position system. Just like the GPS for the car. Our God position system that says, turn back. You're off course. Make a legal U-turn. Recalculating. Recalculating. So what are the consequences to your life if we let this emotion, this irritation, the frustration run our lives? What are the consequences to yours? What does it cause you to do? What are the effects of this? Say it out loud. Yes. Disease. Yes. High blood pressure. And then a lot of complications from that, including strokes and other things. Say it again. Yes, like ulcers. Anger. Unhappiness. Rebellion. Failed relationships. Misery. Then misery loves company, doesn't it? Then co-misery, commiserate. Tell the misery. Join me in my misery. So then this victimization is handed down for 7 more generations. The very thing we claim we want to end in the world, that we sing and pray and praise and demonstrate that we want to end in the world, we're perpetuating in the world without even being aware of it, innocently. And then now we're awake to it. So what would it be like for that irritation to arise, to have irritation, anger, frustration, and it not have you? What would that be like? Yes, feel it. To have irritation and it not have you. To have frustration and it not have you. What would that be like?
Lightness.
Yes, feel that. More peaceful, lighter, spacious, more loving. So the world we sing about, pray about, and claim we want to create is possible if we believe the thinking, no. If we don't believe the thinking, yes. If we believe the thought, they should be different, how do you react?
I want to change them.
You want to change them. Then how do you treat them when you want to change them? Punish them. Give them the look. Buy them a book and hit them over the head with it. You know, I'm a mind reader. You know how it goes. Like, oh, honey, look, I bought you a book. Here, I've got it open to a really good page right here. So, oh, now notice you haven't read the book, so I'm going to put it on the nightstand. And this page is highlighted right here. What's it like when other people are trying to change you?
Frustrating. Resistance.
That's the reason not to do it. It's stressful. It's icky. It doesn't work. It's ineffective. So that's the reason to drop trying to change anything outside of ourselves. This is liberation, people. The day you stop trying to change what cannot be changed and work here to change what can be changed. Liberation, freedom. So how would you treat them? So if I believe the thought they should be different and they're not, who's crazy? Good to know. Back to me again. So if I didn't believe, if I had the thought they should be different and didn't believe it, if I realized it's just a thought, it's not reality-based, then how would you react to the thought if you knew it was false? Lightly, like observe it, like it's a cloud passing. Another thought. Thoughts come and go. So a thought that rises and passes. So if the thought had no effect on you, what would it be like? Like you can have a thought and it didn't have an effect on you. What would that be like? Or you'd be more centered, balanced, sane, more peaceful. Does this interest you? Well, it's not just a theory. It's possible. You just experienced it. This is the spiritual journey. If I believe the thoughts, I suffer. If I don't believe the thoughts, I don't. If I believe the thoughts, I create more stress in myself and the world. If I don't believe the thinking, I don't. I'm more at ease. I'm naturally going to treat people with more ease, more godlike, so to speak. So, pain or peace? Suffering or freedom? We have a part of this. We have a part of this. So what would stop you from choosing this? So how long will you let it run the show? So it might be today. It's today for some of us. So I hope it's today for you also. There's another way. And until we make this journey, the world won't be different. Communities won't be different. Neighborhoods won't be different. Children won't be different. Families won't be different until we make this journey. So we have a part of this, of creating the world that we pray about, sing about. We are that world. So this tool, this work this afternoon is about applying this, of looking to see what's left in me and where I'm doing this. By the way, it's a workshop that we go into it without shame. Would that be okay with you? And have you had enough shame to last you the rest of your life?
Several lifetimes.
I mean, it's not a rhetorical question. Have you had enough shame to last you the rest of your life?
Yes.
Feel it. What it would be like to be shame-free. And have you had enough guilt to last you the rest of your life?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. Me too. So shame-free, guilt-free can take an honest look at where's this got a hold of me? And then what can I do about that? So it questions our thinking, because thoughts become beliefs, beliefs become BS. Then BS becomes more stories, more concepts. So this is like the tool to take it down, to literally to collapse the BS, the concepts, the stories, to like take it out by the root, so to speak. So I naturally want you to have it because of what it's done for me. And if I could free you, you'd already be free. So I can free this one. You can free that one. And then the next baby being born doesn't have to carry this for 2,000 more years. The next children come in with less baggage than what we've been living through since recorded history. So this is our part of evolution, a conscious evolution, I believe. So it's a lot of fun too. Nothing serious goes on. So we usually get to laugh quite a bit and have a lot of fun as we look at our crazy minds, our crazy self here. So I want to thank you too for being able to be with you here to serve this community that you have here. It's my 3rd year here, and it's been a pleasure, and it's literally like watching something bloom. You as a community watching it bloom, just like you'd watch that bloom. And what it was like a year ago and what it's like this year. So you're doing outstanding work here. You've got an extraordinary leader here. And some of you may or may not have realized it yet. If she's still tormenting you, you would not be able to realize how extraordinary she is for various reasons. Reverend G is I'm referring to actually be open to learning, to be open to education and to doing her own personal work. And there's nothing better that a leader can do for you that I know of than to continue doing her own work and to understand that her presence here and her role here includes the most important aspect of it is her doing her own spiritual work. so that you are here to lead you. You're already leaders. You wouldn't be in these seats if you weren't leading. We are leading the world, I believe, those of us that can even entertain these tenets and concepts of being. And then to have a leader like G to join you is magnificent. And it's been a privilege to be here. You hosted, without even knowing it, 8 people from all over the state of Michigan this week to get trained in workshop facilitation right here in the sanctuary, 2 full days. And then your board's very committed to serving you, came over here 2 or 3 hours on Friday night and worked on your behalf also to look at what some more possibilities for them are. And then yesterday we had 20 or 25 people here from 3 different Unity ministries around Michigan, right here in the sanctuary, all in the last few days. And then you here this morning. And those of you watching, you have your part in the world also, that the garden that you're growing, so to speak, to tend it mindfully, to tend the garden of our soul. And we've got some real tools to do it with, a lot of support to do it with, and something inside of us compelling us to do it. We're being impulsed to do this. And just like that beautiful flower over there, you know, it's going to open on its own time. Have you ever just looked at one of these? You know? And have you ever said, grow, grow, hurry up? Like that would be insane. That's what we're doing to ourselves. That's what we're doing to the people we love the most. So I'll close with one of my favorite quotes from a man named Ed Friedman. And what he says is, you cannot make a bean plant grow by pulling on it. So we're being impulsed to grow. There's something inside of us doing that for us. So our part, just like with a plant, is to nurture, water, give a little light, and a lot of love and patience. And to know that we too will open on our own time. And so will the people that live in the house with us. Hi. Well, I didn't get to vote on this. So begin to think about then who you will be when you leave here differently. You're different. Before you stand up and leave the door, something's happened here this morning. You're different. Some would call it transformation. Some would call it transcendence, that we transcend the emotional field. We transcend the emotionality. We transcend the thinking. Lead me not into the temptation of mind. Deliver me from the BS. For thine is the kingdom. Thine is the power to transcend that, to transform that. So look at whoever's sitting by you and tell them, I'm really glad you're here. Now look back at the same person or the same people and say, but this message was for me. So God bless you already. You're beautiful, loved, soul, radiant spirits. You cannot help it. That's who you are. It's your own nature. I love you and cannot help it. And I know you love me too, and some of you haven't figured that out yet. So be as true to yourself as you can. Do what you can. We all have our part here in creating the world that we sing about. So it's not just a theory, but a reality. God as reality. We'll begin again today. All blessings to you.